Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Hiba, and here on my channel I cover recent missing person cases. If you're into that type of content, please subscribe, I would really appreciate it. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's case. Today I'd like to talk about Alexis Gabe. Alexis is a 24-year-old woman who recently graduated from nursing school. She has been missing from Antioch, California since January 26, 2022. According to family and friends, everything seemed fine with Alexis that day. She went about her routine as normal, she spoke to her best friend, and she asked her brother about a package. However, when her parents realized that she hadn't come home by the following morning on January 27th, and when they couldn't get a hold of her themselves, they started to contact her friends to see if they had spoken to Alexis or potentially knew where she was. It turns out that no one had heard from her since 6:30 p.m. the evening prior. However, there was one individual that knew more, and that individual is her ex-boyfriend. Initially, I thought it was a bit strange that her mother would think to call her ex-boyfriend. He is an ex for a reason. However, the two had dated for 3 years and only recently broke up, so they did spend a lot of time together. His name hasn't been publicly released, so I'm just going to refer to him as the ex-boyfriend or the ex. He claims that he did see Alexis the evening prior and that she was at his place until around 9 p.m. and after that she left. As we know though, Alexis never made it home. So that day, the 27th, Alexis was reported missing. The search for Alexis began immediately. The same day she was reported missing, her vehicle was located on Trenton Street, a residential street about a mile away from her home. All the doors of the car were unlocked and the keys were still in the ignition. Aside from that, there was nothing unusual or out of the ordinary about the car.
The family launched an intensive search around Brentwood and Oakley. That afternoon, they found her light blue Infiniti abandoned on a residential street, keys still in the car.
As soon as my parents got there, my dad was like, open the trunk. So I unlocked the trunk and I opened it up and there was nothing there.
None of her belongings, like her phone, which had been going to voicemail, were found in the car either. After gathering video footage, authorities were able to determine that the vehicle was dropped off at around 9:40 p.m. the previous night. In the footage, a dark figure emerged from the car and then walked away on foot. Unfortunately, it's too dark in the videos to make out who this person is. It could be Alexis or it could be someone else. The vehicle is currently with authorities and they are processing it for any fingerprints or DNA to hopefully help them figure out who it was that dropped the car off. So to summarize the timeline, on January 26th, Alexis last made contact with family or friends at around 6:30 p.m. Her ex-boyfriend claims that she was at his place and that she left at around 9 p.m. 40 minutes later, her car was dropped off about a mile away from her home and 3 to 4 miles away from her ex-boyfriend's home. So what happened between 6:30 p.m. when she last made contact with someone and 9:40 p.m. when her car was dropped off? On Tuesday, February 1st, so just 2 days ago, a search warrant was executed at the ex-boyfriend's home. I believe that he lives with his stepfather, although I'm not sure about that. During the search, they took out several large bags of evidence, including a vacuum cleaner.
They say the police this week executed a search warrant at the ex-boyfriend's home in Antioch, removing bags of potential evidence. They praised police for their efforts.
As of today, the ex-boyfriend hasn't been named a suspect or a person of interest. However, he was the last person to allegedly see Alexis, so I understand why they would want to search his property. As far as I know, no findings from that search have been released yet. So where is Alexis? Did Alexis and her boyfriend get into some sort of altercation that led to her being harmed in some way? Was there an emotional conversation that may have caused Alexis to get upset and to leave? If this is the case and Alexis was upset because of some sort of incident between her and her ex-boyfriend, is it possible that she wanted to go to a friend's home? I believe the location where her car was located is in the neighborhood or the general area of her best friend's house. Maybe she wanted to go to her best friend's house, but there wasn't closer parking, So she parked as close as she could and started to walk to the house, but something happened along the way. California has the highest rate of human trafficking in the US. I'm going to include some information specific to San Francisco. Oakley, where Alexis's car was located, is within the San Francisco Bay Area. These statistics are specific to the San Francisco Bay Area. 70% of cases were individuals under 25, and 47% were youth between 18 and 24 years of age, which is applicable to Alexis. She is 24 years old. In terms of where the reported cases are from, 1/3 of individuals were born in the Bay Area. Of those who were born outside the United States, the largest number were born in Asia. This figure shows a more specific breakdown of where the individuals are born. So of those trafficked in the area, over 60% of US-born individuals identified as born in the San Francisco Bay Area. 29% were born in San Francisco itself, which is not where Alexis is from. However, if we look at the other Bay Area counties, which is where her car was found, it's 34%. Essentially, what to get from this is this sentence right here. It says, "It is notable that in this data set, most trafficked individuals from California come from the Bay Area." Could something have happened on her way home prior to the car being dropped off? All of these things could be possible, but the fact that a warrant was executed and a vacuum was taken from her ex-boyfriend's house lead me to worry about his potential involvement. As of now, Alexis' phone is turned off and still hasn't been found. There hasn't been any activity on her social media accounts or her bank accounts, and there haven't been any credible sightings of her. As always, I'm hoping for the best here. Alexis is only 24 and just recently graduated. Her life is just beginning. Her parents are absolutely heartbroken and out of their minds with worry and fear. She has so many people who love and care for her, and I hope she's able to return to them soon. Alexis is described as an Asian woman with long black hair and brown eyes. She is 5'7" and weighs 170 pounds. She wears glasses and was last seen wearing a white tank top, a silver black hooded sweatshirt, black jeans, and green and white Jordans. If you have any information at all, please contact the number in the description below. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this video and to learn more about Alexis and her story. I hope to see you in my next one.